the hell is that? That's the chief.
Hello and welcome back once again, my friends, pioneers of werewolves, divergence, and glitches, to another episode of the Daily Candle Close News. Ooh. It's a very important episode, the very first ever live in-person Pioneer meetup with the Master Chief, Coach Abe, the Master Chief of Crypto. Let's go. Can I get a hello? Pioneers, I want you to shout out to Oz. And he says, what's up? Happy to have him in our Mikasa today. My home is your home, because I've said pioneers is family too. That I've poured my heart and soul out for you, because I want to see you succeed too. And you all know that. I've done this from the grassroots, and now I'm aiming for the roof. I'm trying to knock it off. We're trying to build and explore and see where life takes us, and I'm trying to bring you guys with me. And now here we are, proving it, living it, giving our work away for free for years, and making history in what we do, and doing it because we had no options. We told you the story, and now teaching you how you can do it too. I'm just another person just like you. Oz will be able to leave here and know he's the Master Chief of his own life, be able to build his own tribe, find his vibe, and continue to share with us his journey, his story after life takes him on. And he knows he's the Master Chief sitting on his own throne, the president of his own dome. Let's go. Hey. Oh, okay. Why ain't it shared? It should be. Oh, in the Discord. Okay, the recordings got it. Okay, that's... yeah, we'll share with you guys. But as long as you guys can hear me, that's what matters, right? Y'all can see my screen now? So hear the sound? Okay, yes, greatness in the making. Absolutely correct. Thank you. Good catch, you guys. Good catch. That's what we got pioneers for. There we go. So you guys, Chuck Norris died yesterday on the new moon, and we get that, new moon, March Equinox, life, death, rebirth ritual as we go from the true New Year's Eve yesterday into the true New Year today. And I know we treat that as March 1st as well, because, March is really technically the first month, but today is what matters in the equinox, and what we've been paying attention to in the charts, and seeing that potential life, death. Do we get some rebirth back above 71,100? You know what I'm saying? We're fighting that right now at 70,700. Okay, very important. Okay, so let's talk about that. Because this is tied to Walker, Texas Ranger, and the Texas Rangers, and the 119th anniversary of the World Series 3 years ago that I started writing my book on. If you all remember, I started publishing that as an ebook, $15 read along, as we were writing. There's a few chapters I gotta finish and get it out to you all. But it started talking about George Bush and the 119th World Series, just like my Super Bowl decode started talking about this book 3 years ago. Okay? November, October is when I started writing it. November is when I started releasing it to you all. About the 119th World Series, tying us into that 119 911 code that we've been paying attention to. Well, that 86 code that we've been paying attention to with these decodes that we've been seeing people talk about, well, potentially 8016 we know who, right? The new season of Paradise that showed a presidential assassination started on 2/2/3 this year, remember? Things like that. So Chuck Norris dying at 86 is something we need to pay attention to. That 86 Chuck Norris code that we are getting yesterday and into the day. Okay, so let's decode this live in person together. I wanted to save this so that eyes can see and you all can see that this is a, I'm on the webcam, say hey, but he just, hey, let's go, cheers, that this is the Master Chief in the flesh every day and how he lives his life and how you can live it too. Chuck Norris, let's see what we get. First time looking at this code. I've just seen that he died at 86. Okay, that's all I know. That's all I've shared. I said, get your cowboy boots on because we going to war. Texas Rangers. Okay, Chuck Norris, 86, 68, as above, so below. Okay, so we got it down below. We're going to pull him up. We're going to find out when his birthday was. We got a 39 in the Chaldean cipher. We always want to pay attention to that. It's the purest cipher. It's what you get when you say the man's name. Vibrational frequency. So, same thing I shared when I pulled it up on my phone. Chuck, Carlos, Ray, Chuck Norris. March 10th. Okay, ooh. The last day of normality. You guys remember one of my most recent decodes? Okay, the last day of normality. Where was that? March 10th, March 13th. Anyways, we did a decode on the last day of normality not too long ago on March 10th because in 2020 it was the last day before our lives changed forever. Bad Bunny, who performed in the Super Bowl this year, okay, had a March 10th birthday, tying us into that COVID-19 time period, okay? Alright, so this man dies on the 19th, yesterday, the new moon, as we enter the spring March vernal equinox, okay? So very powerful lunar transition and again ritual and sacrifice that we are seeing on the world stage. That 86 code, that 19 code tied to that 6-year anniversary of what we are witnessing. So again, 86-year-old Chuck Norris died. We're gonna click this, right click, screen share, boom, add this to the decode right here. Paste. Boom. I like how it fits. Alright. New fear and greed index while we're doing the decode. 11 yesterday, 12 today. Alright, let's talk about that. Why? Because again, I was just talking about Chuck Norris giving us 39 in Chaldean, right? Okay. So, why is that important? 19. Third month, 9 days from this man's birthday, he passes away. That 39 code, right there. Third month, 9 days from his birthday, 39. 3 times 9 is 18. Alright. 139. 34th prime. Carlos Ray. That's 62 code in the 26 year. That's important. That 251, 54th prime. I think we had 58 in Chuck Norris. Let's take the Chuck out now, because that's his nickname. That's his stage name, his actor name, right? Ooh, look at that 79 you're getting. So again, he dies at 86. You get 79 and Carlos Ray Norris, okay? And that's tied to 79-year-old Donald Trump. That golden age we are entering because of Donald Trump, right? Taking us there. And that alchemical ritual 86 Donald Trump code that we've been breaking down and decoding, right? So let's get this, paste it here. Let's paste his age. Yeah, right there.
Look, do I love it, do I lust? The struggle of a hustle, the life of a bank, and death is no stranger. I know I'm like his kin to me, took a few friends from me. It all makes sense one day, eventually I guess so.
See how we're doing this? Live. How it's always the same code presenting itself. It's not, I'm just making this up, and you know what I'm saying? This is all rehearsed. We're doing this together. 101, the 26 prime number, that 101 code we've been getting in some of these recent decodes. He just had 62 in his name, as above, so below. What was that 101 referring to? Well, that Gemini code. Trump was born in June, a Gemini-born president. That twin code, that Boaz and Yachin code. Okay, that Twin Tower 9/11 code. Texas Rangers winning the 119th World Series code. Let's go code. But I'll behave. What do I know code? So again, that 101 that we've been breaking down in some of these recent decodes, like the Ides of March, which was talking about assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BC when he was stabbed 44 times. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing that out there, okay? So, okay, pay attention. All right, there were some more 101s. We shared that. That was the 110 code. I gotta find them, but y'all know, go back and watch the videos. We're not gonna drag that out, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna continue this live decode, but we are gonna, oh, here it is. Okay, here it is. Pi Day, an attack on the world economy, giving us that 101. That's what I wanted to try and find to add to this. This is, you know, it ain't no eclipse, you guys. Blood moon eclipse. It's right now you need to pay attention to in the next 7 days in the cherry blossom season on the 27th, which is 173 days from the all-time high of Bitcoin at 126K. And remember, I said that live in tonight's video in class. Okay? All right, so Happy New Year. All right. Boom, boom. We want this. We want to paste. No, we don't want that. We want this. All right, Texas Rangers. Ooh, that 173 code. Oh my Lord, let us pray. Let us pray. I was just saying, remember March 27th this year. Okay? Remember March 27th this year. I just made a decode on this.
Danger. One of us just lost our savior.
Yo, what up, you guys? The electric guy, Patoy. Everybody else that's joined. Let's hit the print screen button. Let's add. Let's do it again. Let's go from here to there. Let's add this here. Probably won't be until the day I die that they love us. But trust, every nomination I don't get, every list that I ain't on, is a reminder of why I wrote songs in the first place, as a way to escape where I came from. This just my pretty toxic, heavy conscience, weighing on my soul. Still at 70,700, so back to the decode. Texas Rangers giving us that 151, which is the 36 prime, that 666 code, because 666 is the 36 triangular number, so it's tied to 36. Okay, the 3 6s. My IQ 151, tied to the Master Chief. Where's that at? 666. I know where it is at. On my Dale Earnhardt. I guess this is my Titanic with no James Cameron to direct this draft of it. Just my pretty toxic, heavy conscience weighing on my soul. No. I gotta get 666. You got that 74 code in that. That's very important. Energy 74. Right? Jesus, Lucifer 74. Right? This was a life-death ritual. Right? This was an energy harvest. Right? So. Okay. What were we doing? Walker. 10. Oh, no, I needed 666 first. 36 triangular.
Yeah. Turn me on. Me.
Shit.
What up?
Yo, what happened? What 36 did I just make? What happened to it? Texas Rangers.
No cereal, but she like my pops. I just might drop her down from the sky. You see, got birdies, yeah, he's a flyer, baby. Hustle big clean like I got tired of it, baby. Ass so fat, she got Steve behind it, baby. What? And I'ma trade it to the green like a name. Hey, baby, bottle no babies. Milking all these bitches like they pregnant. And all the type of nigga that'll get mad about what you say. So watch what you say. Cause I can't name
in that zone, son. Banger. Banger. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Man, live and in the flesh, son.
Police storm at me, charges never stick. Fucking niggas up in Vegas, pocket 96, 11 past 11. She told me make a wish. Told me pass the blunt, you always trying to neck the shit. Posted at the shit.
I want the Wikipedia, motherfucker.
Bitches pulling up, we like 100 something thick. Dice game cracking, through 100 licks. You know a nigga gotta talk my shit.
Coffee, coffee, coffee.
Looking for pots of piss. Posted on the block with all my crips. Thought 100 racks was getting rich.
What year did they win the World Series that I wrote my book in? The 2-2-3 year, tied to Skull and Bones, right? The series began on October 27th and ended on November 1st with the Texas Rangers winning on the 1-1-1 date. Okay, it ended 11-1. 9/11 is the day leaving 111 days left in the year. They won the 119th World Series, 911-119 code. I knew then that World War III was going to be confirmed soon. And 3 years later, here we are. Okay, so, thank you. Encore. Here we are. They played the Arizona Diamondbacks. Okay, so this was all being hosted in Arlington, Texas because of C-19. It's COVID related. Okay, so it had residual effects to that time period, that new dawn, that era that we started in 2020, and this is again all off the cusp of this. Just a few days ago, 10 days ago, 9 days ago, this man's birthday, Chuck Norris's birthday, was the 6-year anniversary of C-19, and then, well, here we are completing Chuck Norris's ritual 9 days later. And on the 10th day, we're giving you the news, sauce, live, and in the flesh. So, very unique what we are seeing right here. Okay, so November 1st, I want to leave that, actually. 2023. Oh, 2023, 319. What was it from this man's birthday? Alright, you can't make this up. So from this game that I wrote my book on, and the history we made off of that, was 860 days to Chuck Norris's recent birthday, and he died at 86. The 8668, as above, so below, the war code, the death code. Very, very powerful. 860 day span right there. Okay, so if you include the end date, guess what? It's 123 weeks. That is the 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 code, like tomorrow's date, March 21st, 3, 2, 1, go. Right? What do we see come tomorrow? The 21st, 22nd reset, recycle of the month that we talk about. Again, so like Oz ain't AI. I'm not AI, you guys. Like, I can't keep saying these things that I've talked about for years and he be here live. Hey, yeah, what up, big dog?
Coach, I'll be right back.
Alright, go ahead, big dog. Alright. And you know, we just can't be making this stuff up, man. You know? You see it now. Okay? It's what we see now. So very unique, very powerful from this date to 123 weeks to Chuck Norris's most recent birthday. Nice. This was the 69th day of the year, by the way. That 69 code, right? Bitcoin was hitting 69K that day, I believe. right? That all that we were talking about. But the World Series held in 2023 was held on 11/1, the day leaving 60 days left in the year. And what about our 60K lows we prepared you for in that 17 code to the 59K 17th prime that we got right here tied to these 2 dates, right? That 666 code, everything that we've been talking about, landing back on the moon, like tied to the 1969 moon landing, right? Tied to Donald Trump, who won the 60th presidential elections. Like, come on now. Like, just these numbers that we are seeing, that we've been speaking about in this Decode Live, right in our faces. Very unique. So let's go research more about Chuck Norris, The Way of the Dragon, Hollywood, Bruce Lee, The Wrecking Crew, Breaker. I'm gonna have to take some more time on this, but he was in a lot of things. But it was most definitely Walker, Texas Ranger that truly got him his importance of what he became on the world stage. It was that TV show. I was looking for that to click on it and start decoding that to see when it came out and things like that. We just might have to top it out. (1993) action series. Number of seasons 9. He died 9 days after his death.
I'm tryna go down as a great. Every night I get on my knees and pray.
Where?
I will go down. I will go down.
Where did that go? Didn't y'all see me put this here earlier? Like, you better quit playing. Oh, I was about to say. Like, I knew we had done some more. I need to pay attention to that. I didn't know I duplicated the page. I know y'all was probably tripping at one point. Like, did I just take a sheet of acid? Like, no, bro. So, Texas Rangers, we got that there, but not the 151. Yeah, my bad, you guys. I knew I was tripping. I must have duplicated the page at some point. I hate when I do that. What is going on? Alright. Keep some bitches on the team from the other side. Keep at least a pound of green, motherfucking right. 30 hours in the spot, going overtime. Then we pull up to the fight. Maybe I was tripping. I don't know. But Walker, Texas Ranger. Dream realer and you make your team better. You make your game up and you make your scheme better. You say this time won't be like the last time, but this time, I'ma do it like my last time. I'ma go hard, my nigga. Put my name in the stars, my nigga. But I gotta pray to God, my nigga. I will go down. To be legendary, yeah. 1 week and 1 day, that's that 101 code, right? That's that new moon energy. To receive, you must take. To take, you must receive. This is alchemy, man. Right there, big dog. Yeah, if you got an iPhone at least. All right. Let's see what we got to do. Where's my crypto? Let's see what we got in the chat, man. 13 messages. 9 like 9 innings in baseball. Yeah, 9 innings in baseball. Absolutely. Let's get that in there. Edel, thank you for the help. Thank you for the help. I like that. I like where your mind's at. Obviously, we knew that, but we're not connecting that just yet. We may have. I don't know. You guys know. My mind, it often wanders. But baseball, Wikipedia, 9 innings in baseball. Team members, 9 players. Right? It's that Freemasonic energy. Nine positions, 9 players. Be paying attention to April 9th. I know that. I want to see where it says 9 innings. Or more, but it may not say that because there can be, 10 or 11, bottom of the 13th type shit. We just might have to verbally. Most games end after. Damn. Yeah, that 4-9 date's gonna be important now. See how it's starting to come along though? I hear you, Edo, but you're muted. I see the drums though. Go ahead. Go ahead, Oz.
I mean, I'm eating where your steaks at. Where your real dogs that love you, not them fake cats. Where them girls that got your name as a face tag.
Oh, you have to scoot closer though. Bring the chair
closer. Beefing with your niggas so you stay strapped.
Everybody.
Believe me, it's religious.
Can you
where
hear
your
me?
grace at.
What about Mount Kilauea blowing off in the Big Island of Hawaii? And where Chuck Norris dies, Hawaii. Kilauea in Hawaiian means spewing out, so it's spewing out death in the island of Kauai, coupled with all the weather events recently in that region. So will Hawaii be sacrificed in the World War III narrative as well? Is this telltaling or just a storm event? But hopefully it's neither. Yeah. Here you go, Chief.
Haters tryna fuck with my mind. Keep on talking from behind.
That was perfect. Alright. Make sure you guys can hear me. Alright. Y'all could hear him well though? Huh? Just making sure. He said good stuff, Oz. Dude, where's my crypto said. Alright. And my brother was stationed out in Hawaii for many years. His kids are Samoan, and me and Oz were talking about that. Paso Lubong, have a Hawaiian plaque and surfboard that he gave me as a Paso Lubong one time, from his time out there. And So the culture is very symbolic to me. Lilo and Stitch, you know, probably one of my top 5 favorite anime movies of all time, you know. But yeah, Pearl Harbor tied to that Hawaii narrative, right? And just the World War II narrative that we've been talking about as we come off the cusp of that in this methodical chessboard that we've been witnessing play out in real time, and we enter World War III. Very unique to keep Hawaii, like he said, on our minds, especially because when we do this live decode in person together, Oz even adding to this now, we see that Chuck Norris was born in Hawaii. So very important. We have to keep the eyes of a Ranger right now. That Walker Texas Ranger song that was played as the theme song to that TV series. Okay, so very important. Ooh, and that ties us into 171. You guys, you cannot make this up. Why is that important, Coach? Okay, because let's look at this. All right, 7/13/2024, an election year. What was that? The day leaving 171 days left in the year. And what happened on the 13th day of the 7th month, the 33rd mathematical prime number code? Donald Trump got this event to happen to him, and we're decoding this live prior to finding this in this Chuck Norris decode, so it's adding even more beautiful synchronicity and confluence to the eyes of the Ranger. Okay, so we'll play that song after this song, you know, the eyes of a Ranger, and just bask in that very beautiful connection we just made right there. The eyes of the Ranger. Keeping our eyes on the Ranger right now. Okay? So, very important. So,
he was saying a lot of lines that I saw some of me in that, but at the same time,
here you go. Y'all know, y'all heard it. Y'all watched the show growing up, if you're old enough.
In the eyes of a ranger, the unsuspecting stranger had better know the truth of wrong from right. 'Cause the eyes of the ranger are upon you. Any wrong you do, he's gonna see. When you're in Texas, look behind you, 'cause that's where the ranger's gonna be.
Because that's where the Ranger is going to be, here in class, live, in person, with the Master Chief and his Pioneers, because Pioneers are family too, doing this decode with you all. So pay attention to Donald Trump right now, and what we're seeing, what we're witnessing with this, you know, potential history-making decode on the true first day of the true new year and the first start of spring. Man, I'm truly happy to be here. Love it here. But very important. Back to it. So let's see what baseball gives us.
Did you hear that Trump's thinking about de-escalating the war type deal? That's why you may be getting a little bit of a rally.
No, I didn't. I didn't hear that. When did he say this?
So on BBC News Live, that had Trump says U.S. is considering winding down the war in Iran. but other nations must guard Hamas, is what he announced on BBC News.
What date?
Imagine it's pretty recent.
Yeah, I didn't see where he said that. I saw where he said we defeated Iran on my Pi Day decode that I was just talking about. No. It was a Pi Day decode, but it was this day right here. On this decode right here, I'm part of a Pi Day decode. There was rumors, talks of President Trump from raw alerts, which is typically, a hot source, you guys. I like to pay attention to what they say. I'm not saying it's true, false, whatever. I pay attention because it gains attraction. That gains emotions. You see what I'm saying? I run off that. All right. So President Trump, it was breaking. President Trump says that the United States has defeated Iran. It was at 4:11 p.m. This is Pi Day, 314. So it was very symbolic, very coded. Came out for a reason, right? And I believe we shared that in this. So I saw that, but I didn't see this news conference.
I just posted it in your chat.
Okay.
The Discord chat.
I will look into that now. I will look into that because maybe there is some importance there. So I appreciate that. I really do. Definitely to what we're seeing now with Chuck Norris, or to what, like I said, I just shared already. Maybe there's some confluence. So,
like it says, updated 21 minutes ago. Like I knew about this a couple hours ago. This link, so I don't know where they get their update information from.
Okay, so relatively from what we know, very recent. Okay. Alright. So very unique what we've put together already, you guys. I'm going to look at this later, and we'll start looking at the price action charts now, and what we've been looking at and going over, and breaking down every day. As Oz has seen it, seen me walk the dogs and walked into a clean, nice smelling house, cats and dogs taken care of, my son ready to go, and like everything like I talked about, right? And so in the middle of all that chaos, whether I'm at work with the phone screen or something, and whether I'm here at the house with you all, I'm still finding time to map out success, map out the current level of price action, map out what we're seeing, and help hold hands with my friends one step at a time along the way, and give you guys what in my mind is gonna keep you guys informed. And if I need to elaborate at times or share something more in detail, please ask questions and let me know, because closed mouths don't get fed on this boulevard. Okay, a lot of times I do think that you guys are on point and ready to go and firing off on the same synapses that I am. So when we look at this back test of 69,100 right now, looking like we're gaining absorption from the lows right here, ready to potentially close this very small gap that we were breaking down on, I think, the 30-minute time frame right here. That's what I'm keeping my eye on. A hidden gap kind of is what I'm calling it right now, at that $74,000 range. Nice low, higher low, W forming. We break out up here, come back and back test the neckline at 71,500, 71,700, 71,100, the 117711 code. Did y'all do it again, coach? Only time will tell, but this fourth wave could be set right here with a retest of 69K with a low and a higher low being set on the RSI, with a low and a lower low being set on the price action, confirming a bullish divergence to show us continuation higher. But we will only know that if 69K holds as support. But if it loses, then we're seeing 67, 66,600. That's 666 narratives, events, scripted time releases on your phones, alarming you of what's going on. But we knew here tonight together in class that it was either 66,600. Again, if we lose 69 or hold this, hit the CME gap, come back to potentially retest 71,100 or the 618 golden pocket range, and then see the golden ratio of phi in the fifth wave, this C wave, finally complete out of the $59,000, $60,000 lows that President Trump gave us. This would confirm closing the CME gap that we have been paying attention to, taking us to 83,000 to as high as 86K, potentially seeing this out of our recent Chuck Norris decode, the death at 86K. The market's hitting a high on the 86 days left in last year, and March 27th is the 86th day of this year. So very powerful, very unique. Do we see 86K on this day? That's what I think. Only time will tell. C-Wave, cha-ching, cha-ching. Did you do it again, Coach? Bop, banger! Let's go. Let's go. You know it. So, only time will tell. But it would show more of that continuation in that accumulation, distribution, sine and sound waves that we see in life. Okay? So, very unique. Just paying attention to the simple market structure and going back to the basics right here, but then adding in the numerology, astrology, date durations, and the seasons like cherry blossom season that we've been speaking about that comes up on March 27th. Okay, so that starts cherry blossom season till April 10th of this year. So let's look at that right now together and look at how we've got this long of a time period that I've told you guys for years now is, well, my everything and what I've written my dissertation and thesis on and have been sharing with you guys. You can go in my YouTube channel and look at it for many years now. So to April 10th, we see it's going to be a total span of 14 days. And why is that important? Because it adds confluence to, well, Sam Darnold winning the Super Bowl this year. Number 14 under that Osiris code that we've been paying attention to in the 14-day war that we just saw and witnessed between when this war really kicked off on the 28th when Donald Trump came out to when we heard rumors of it ending. This 14-day code, this 14-day time period, that pi code, pi being the 14th of this month, right, 3.14, that pi code that we're paying attention to with my thesis right here, coming back full circle to my teachings. So just getting ready to elevate to the next level, okay? So elevate, because they hate when we elevate. Okay, I tell you, they just hate when we elevate. Okay, so let's see what cherry blossom season gives us this year. Let's go to daily, see what chart we're looking at. That's the Bitcoin dominant, so this must be my main. This will be our fibs on fibs chart. You see, we came back to retest this golden pocket 702. We're at the 21 on the daily. This is critical. We're trying to break 71.1. It says 71.3. We'll go ahead and change that for you all. Y'all know what it is. 71.1. It's the top of this that says 71.3 that needs to be changed as well. But this golden 702 accumulation right here, if we can break it, it's right back to 88K. Okay? If we lose it, it's back to 66,600 and potentially 61K, potentially. It gets scary. Black Swan event, death of Donald Trump, assassination attempt, something like that. I'll behave. I play too much. Whoa. But I'll behave. Alright, so let's look at another chart. still holding this 69K. That's a 6-year range. This is what I was talking about with, like, we don't want to play with this right now, or it's 156K out of this 911 Texas Rangers 119th World Series decode. We're seeing 156 being tied to the 911 number being the 156 mathematical prime. The next 1.618 golden ratio long-term fib extension we can see. Okay, so from October 6th to today, where we are right now on March 20th, we see it's a total span of 164 days, 165. Well, pay attention to tomorrow and the next day, this weekend being a roughly 166-day time period, because again, this is the 21st, 22nd, leading into the March 21st, 22nd reset, but the 322 Skull and Bones code, okay, which is 19 days, that C19 away from the end of cherry blossom season, okay? But this being the 81st day of the year, and we can see a ritual take place tied to, well, the 166 days it's been since the Bitcoin highs, tied to the Twin Tower code. Do we see another Twin Tower event? Skull and Bones event. Twin Towers. Sorry. Plural. It was 2. More than one, coach. So again, that 166. Sunday, Saturday, depending on if you add the end date or not in your decode, in your date durations, it will be 166 days from the 126K high. Pay attention. Very volatile time period throughout here into the 27th, into April 10th. Don't fall for the April Fool's rally. Take your profits and run if we see it. Remember that, okay? So very critical time period as we head into the April pink moon, okay? So a lot of astrology that we're going to be talking about as we continue to break this time period down in these classes moving forward, etc. But we're not going to drag out tonight's beautiful historical class that we are setting right now. Potentially losing that $71,700 Master Chief range, you know? So, Happy New Year's, Pioneers. The true new year. Alright. I was just seeing what it gave us. I ain't looked at it in a while. But man, I'm not going to be tickled if this plays out. I said this in the last class. I am going to be tickled. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm going to pat myself on the back. I'm going to yell at the top of my lungs and take pride in the work we're doing. You know, hopefully you got in on the trade somewhere along the way. Like TA charts and ideas. You know, we've been sharing it every day. Hey, let's go. Cheers. 1618, man. I'll behave. I play too much. But you like the wordplay. Alright. Let's see what the chat's got to say, man. What up, chat? Real Madrid. Okay, today's Barron Trump's birthday. Yeah, we talked about that when the classes not too long ago. One of y'all brought that up. Nah, you know, that's a very powerful day. One of my co-workers' sons has a birthday today. Very powerful day. Yeah, man, all about the sun, man. All about the sun. He's Trump's son. You know what I'm saying? Today's all about the spring equinox, right? You know what I'm saying? So, all about that transition. Right? Don't be Icarus though, man. Don't fly too close to the sun today, man. I'll behave. Mercury stationed direct yesterday though, right? The 19th, the same day Chuck Norris died, right? So like the shadow effect, you know, going on, right? But last day of Rahu with Mercury, while Mercury was retrograded, stationing direct, is what you're saying? Alright, see, I heard, hopefully y'all heard what Oz was saying. Shout out Roy Moore. Oz live in class with us tonight in my home, sitting beside me. You know what I'm saying? Safety breaking it up. Cheers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we just making history tonight. Decoding, you know, hanging out, taking care of the dogs and cats and cooking and cleaning. And he made us some ribeyes, and, you know, I didn't have to cook for once, and that was such a blessing. And he brought it over. I didn't ask, you know what I'm saying? It's just like we said, this wasn't planned, you guys. Dad lives 40 minutes down the road, and he was coming, and, like, he came. Veni Vidi Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. Let go. So, Veni Vidi Vici. Hey, man, we going to live premiere this tonight before I get ready to lay down.
You said it was Roy?
Yeah, I was shouting out to Roy Moore. I saw he was joining us. You know, I've been shouting out everybody as we join in, but it's Oz in the Discord. Okay, say the real name.
Well, brother, like, just grateful to be here, and every one of y'all, like, thank you for being part of the journey too. Like, this man during these times, Saturn retrograde, during my Saturn return, some gnarly lessons. So thanks for being along for the ride, everybody. Much love.
But yeah, man, yeah, he's just happy to be here and happy to be joining with us, and like he said, it's a blessing, man. It's changed my life, and like I said the other night, hopefully it's something we can each grow from, and, you know, look back on and know we started something true, and we didn't wait. You know, we decided to do it and do it. You know, we didn't question it. You know, especially in the world we're living today, it's a beautiful blessing, man. Where's the War Machine at? And Esme, I don't know. Ask him to come play. That's what you do. But I'll behave. But yeah. Round 3 coming soon, man. Just remember that. Round 2. Yep. Round 2, round 3 coming soon. And hopefully I get to meet up with some of you. You know, that's always been the goal, is to eventually do well enough to where I can buy the rest of this land and build some structure and rental properties and, you know, things like that. Little tiny home zone that I can, you know, make revenue off of, and also to give you guys a place to lay your head down when you want to come spend time with the chief and learn hands-on and, you know, experience. You could do it too. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't mind to give my time to you as well. You know, free of charge. You know, host you in my home. Introduce you to the king of the Daily Kennel Closed News, my son, the mascots of the Daily Kennel Closed News, my cats and dogs, you know? And yeah, pour a nice drink from my bar for you, or make you a cup of coffee like I did Oz, and, you know, and yeah, safety break it up or something, you know? Banger, banger! But yeah, man, markets are looking juicy. We're looking like we're absorbing all those bears. We're probably about to push. I'd love to do it live in class, man. That would be beautiful. You know, to finally get that butterfly effect into that range that we've been decoding and breaking down. XRP 144, like the 144,000 chosen right now. $1.44. I said 100, but yeah, you're still riding this range of being down roughly 47,000 or so, as we set right now at 70,400, right? As above, so below. But roughly 47% down from the all-time highs right now. So this range is still critical, tied to that Donald Trump character right now. Yeah. I want to see what gold did as a close for today, but I want to get back to my main chart. Ooh, yeah, 4,400. So, you know, we said we might be going to that 3800 in the 322 Skull and Bones EMA. Fifth wave. Maya ended up just ultimately, oh, it's right here, this blue one. It may have just been that blue one. I still, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see if 43K holds us. 4,300, you know, this previous high. This is going to be a area to pay attention to after a 43-day government shutdown. Do we hit 4,300 for gold and Bitcoin capitulate to 43K like we talked about, all tied to the 43-day historical longest government shutdown ever? You know, very important, very unique. So we'll have to just continue to watch this. Okay? So unique. This is that ABC corrective pattern after this recent fifth wave, and then we'll see if how this plays out and see if that 4.236 golden, you know, golden exit opportunity, I call it, comes in. Okay, between 59 17th prime and 6400. I would say as high as 6600, 666 code-ish somewhere. So just saying.
And now my face bring the cameras out. That young nigga these industry bitches yap about. You know the one the cops bump you up and ask about. All because I took my wildest dreams.
Yeah, man, so let's hear it, man. I'm opening the floor. You know, anybody want to speak about anything? It's open, man. You saw the decode. That's just live right here in class with you all in front of Oz, you know. All I knew was he died yesterday on the new moon as we entered the equinox today, and that he died at 86, and I knew I was going to go from there, and I was going to run with it, and I was going to somehow make connections to my book. Again, I knew that at the beginning too, because he was Walker, Texas Ranger. We all watched that growing up, so it was tied to the book I was writing 3 years ago and have written, tied to the 119th World Series. So, you know, we knew it was going to be special, but let me hear it, you guys. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? He said, 1 second, let me close my window. Must be windy.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yo, what up, Roy Moore? Yeah, we can hear you. What are you saying?
Oh, I'm trying to look at that crab pattern. I don't know if I haven't even looked at it. I just saw it this morning. I posted it in the Discord. With Jupiter being in Cancer, I want to say that we're in just a crab harmonic pattern, which I can't remember the fib, but I think it goes to a 226.
You got a picture you're about to share us? I'll pull it up.
There's one in the Gematria
In Gematria what? Gematria crypto.
Scroll up a little bit.
A bearish crab?
You could be a bearish or a bullish, and I don't know. I'm just saying. I think it's worth a look at. I saw you post about
Yeah, I can.
Roy, you're muffled, buddy.
Yeah,
you gotta speak louder. Take the penis out of your mouth. Speak clearly, buddy.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, it is hard to hear you. I don't know if you're on the phone or a computer. It's always like this until you switch to something, and then like it's crystal clear always then.
Is it still bad?
No, it's that crystal clear I was just talking about, bro. See what I mean? See what I mean? Yeah.
I cut it off.
Whatever you do before this, like, I don't know, there's something wrong with it. But I see what you're talking about in Gematria Crypto. So I'm gonna print the screen. I can kind of see this, you know what I'm saying? Like, or the Jesse Livermore pattern that we talked about being in this, long megaphone pattern, and I got it right here actually. This megaphone pattern, or you can view it maybe from here to here, however you want to draw it. Doesn't really matter. Like I said, you can draw it like that. Well, no, that don't make sense. Yeah, it does.
If we were to look at it on a smaller time, I mean, what is that right now? Weekly or something?
Yeah, well, it's the daily.
Yeah, for sure. So we would have to either dip down pretty vicious, or it's played out on a smaller time frame. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But I could see a bearish one playing out, or I mean a bullish one, to where it double tops or something, and we get that 60K wick or whatever, or 50K wick or whatever.
Right.
Because there's an inverse pattern to that, and I'm saying as long as we're in Jupiter and Cancer, it's like, what is it gonna be? But I'd like to see it pump up out of this thing, you know.
Right. No, I hear you. We can look at that, something like that, seeing 58K. We've all talked about it. Patoy brought it up even. So we could see that after hitting, I think 86K is going to let us know. I really do. 83 to 86K. I think we're going to close that CME gap and then make a decision. Do we hold 79K? Do we break 88K or see resistance? You know what I'm saying? These very critical ranges that we've talked about since Bitcoin was 123K, 126K. You know what I'm saying? That was back here. That we talked about these ranges all throughout this time period for a year. You know what I'm saying? And so it's going to be interesting, but I can see that, whether it's the Jesse Livermore pattern that we brought up or Elliott Wave 1618s. I can still see this energy, bullish, bearish crab. You know what I'm saying? LGBTQ crab. I don't know, man. But I can see what you're laying down. Bullish. Yeah. Yeah.
I posted something 69, and then I posted how SPX is mirroring it at 6,900, and I think it tapped 7, went up into 7 a little bit or whatever, or maybe I can't remember the other week, but essentially the traditional markets are bouncing off of 69 as well.
Right. The Dow Jones or 6,900 S&P 500.
Well, the Dow's at 46,900 if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me don't quote me, but I think it's going to hit that if it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, Roy, I want you to take a look at TAO. Start day trading off that instead of Bitcoin. Learn it. It has beautiful 12% swings 2-3 times a week, up and down.
Tau. What was Tau? What was that? A utility token or what?
It's like I can't remember what it is. It's a fork off, I think, Bitcoin or some weird ass thing. But it's just TAO. It's not a meme coin. It's a legit crypto project. I haven't dug into it, except I've been day trading it and I'm making money on it. So if you study it, I mean, there's beautiful swings. Like 3 times a week, you can get 12%. Like it's huge swings. Just take a look at the chart. You'll see what I'm talking about. The ticker's just TAO. And there's other companies being built off of it too. Like there's Bit Sensor, TAO mid cents or whatever they call it.
I think it's
But,
AI.
Yeah.
I strictly use them just to day trade, just because of the ups and downs on it.
Yeah, fuck that. 12% swings. I mean, Bitcoin will do that, and that's a $10,000 move.
Yeah, I'd pay attention to this area right here for
but,
this S&P 500. Sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to cut y'all off.
TAO is $269 right now. You can do a hell of a lot more with it than Bitcoin. You know what I mean?
Well, what's
Just
the
take a look.
market? I hear what you're saying. I mean, if it's moving like that, you can make a lot on leverage.
Like I'm leverage trading $67 a time at 50x. I pulled in $80 today on it. It's nothing big, but I'm just playing.
Still,
I'm
that's
not.
100%.
Yeah, I'm down $11 right now because I chose the wrong way. But it is what it is.
No, I'm just working on my trading strategies. That's all, Patoy. I'm not DJ. Putting a couple. I'm just putting 100 in every week, and if I could trade it up, I could trade it up. If I can't, then fuck me. You know what I mean? Because it's all on me. It's not about the coin. It's not about the asset. It's about me making the right decision at New York Open. And I'm fucked.
Fuck, buddy.
You doing the MNQ? MNQ?
What's MMQ?
It's the mini
Traditional?
Nasdaq. Yeah, but you can do
Yeah,
it on
no.
MEXC too. It's called the NAS 100.
I'm getting on the options because Playboy's about to blow the fuck up. If I ain't said it already.
You did say Playboy was gonna blow up.
Wait, but aside from that, what else is going on? Like options, I want to get into like quarterly strike options or strike prices, you know. And then when the shit gets there, I'll be like, cash me out, bitch. But I don't know what the returns are on.
But I know you're big. Are you still big into the futures, like long and shorten?
Yeah, yeah, I'm always trading, but I'm saying like I'm definitely doing like what you're doing, and I'm putting like, I mean, I'm safe on 40x or 20x, but as soon as I crank that motherfucker up, that's when I kill myself, you know. But
Take a look on MEXC, the NAS 100. On it comes up in TradingView too. Just
I gotta
watch
use
the chart.
BTC for traditional or what do you call it, TradFi.
Yeah, you're trading the stock market, but it's wild. There's swings up and down all day. Once you learn how to read that shit, it's profitable. I'm learning about it right now, actually. But
Well,
just watch it.
I know where my stocks are, you know what I mean, but they move so slow. Now the ones you're talking about, like SPX or the mini or I want to put one in on the Russell. I forgot what I was seeing on the Russell, but I think it's I don't know. I'd have to look at it, but I think the mini Russell's about to make a move for sure. But I need silver to come back to like $50, $60. It might barely touch 65, but it's in an M pattern. I feel like it's at a top side, so there's only a few harmonic patterns that can play out when you're just at all time highs. And an M pattern is a very bullish, you know, bearish, bullish, whatever you want to call it. But
Bearish, M pattern bearish, W pattern bullish.
yeah, but when you're at the highs is when you make a bearish pattern. You see what I'm saying? Like it's an
Right.
inverse trade of thought, but when you're looking for all-time highs and then price discovery and the next thing and the next thing, you know what fucking happens? A double top every fucking time, you know? And then you're
Yeah.
just sitting there edging yourself. So what I'm trying to get at is silver's in an M pattern and it's going to come back down to the 382 or like a wick to the 0.5 or whatever on like a fib pull. And then I expect it to double top back up because it's going to go right back to 130 to liquidate all the shorts on it.
See, I've been
You
seeing the
know?
same thing. Where's my silver chart? You know, that going back to that like 126 range, just like Bitcoin hit 126K. I've been seeing silver go to $126. If I can find my chart, and you're saying 130. So
I thought it had gotten to 130, but that was probably just my trading view stock, whichever one I'm following. I think it's CFD. It's a CFD for silver. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck the difference is, you know?
XAG is silver's ticker.
Yeah, and if you,
No, it
I
ain't.
think if you click, what's silver? It's XAU is gold, and then silver is X something.
Here it is. I found it.
You want some more coffee, brother?
I got some right here in my thermos. Thank you though. I
cup
already
already
made
filled?
me a already made me a refill. I left the what's in the pot for you, brother. Of course. But yeah, I can still see this just being one massive. The low still right here, unless we go to the 223 or 322 between now and the spring cherry blossom season. You know, where we could be planting at some lows before blossoming, right? But yeah, as long as we don't break this two wave, $45. I can
Can you
still
pull a
see
fib from that B wave or whatever the bottom is to the top?
from here to there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, all the way up. I want the golden pocket retracement. I want to see that 0.5 and that 382 because we bounced off the 382, right? Maybe the 0.5 already, or
We're
what?
at a
What's
golden pocket now if you go from the high down here at 55 on October 17th. Very powerful day. Oh, did you give it to her? Yeah. And you're at a 618 if you go from the low. So either way, you're like touching the golden pocket or you're in it now. Like now. You know what I'm saying? Like now. Yeah.
I think you get I think you get that swing fail at the point. I mean, you got to get the swing fail at the 0.66 or the 618. If not, it goes to the 786 to 75. But essentially, if it doesn't bounce off the 0.5, or if we already did, essentially, then I'd like to see that 0.618, 0.66 swing fail, and then it just gets bought right up. And then we form a double top, right? So it's not going to be like we're waddling around. I mean, it needs to do a green dildo the next fucking week or the next day.
I like what we're seeing pulling it from the lows because your 702 and your 786 will probably be confirmed by hitting the 223, 322 if we were to break and push lower right here, which is what it's looking like. You know what I'm saying? I mean, thank you, Chuck. 86 Chuck Norris. Anyway,
yeah.
But it's just ultimately what we drew out at the beginning, that we thought we would fall into that fourth wave and this falling wedge, this long drawn out, unsustainable, like these markets can stay irrational a lot longer than we can stay financially solvent type attitude. And it's just going to be that long drawn out downtrend that eventually breaks, right? Like we had talked about. So that's unique. You know, because again, everybody in class disputed Master Chief here, Coach. You know, y'all were all here if you were here. You know what I'm saying? And it was here. Yeah. But anyways, and I warned of this, you know what I'm saying? And now we still have a chance to see higher. In this fifth wave, like you're talking about, 137, 144, maybe 126. Like I said, this golden ratio of phi. But we have to hold these ranges you're talking about, the 786, 618, 223, 322. We have to come up out of this. But everybody at this time period said we were going higher. And I warn, no, it's just we're overheated. RSI levels on the weekly were at places we hadn't been ever in the history of silver. You know what I'm saying? For gold, it was like 200 years. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. rationality is truth right here. It's golden at this point. But we need to pay attention to this. $66 range, $66.60 range. Literally, that's your 618. Okay, so you can't make this 666 code up that we're seeing. Very unique, very unique. It's everywhere we look. You know, they're putting it in our faces for a reason, and we've got to be able to take advantage of that. Use it to short silver at that range. Use it to long if we hold this as support. But it's looking like we're about to push down, and let's see what that liquidity does for the Bitcoin market. And if this precious metal and market, Dow Jones, S&P, whatever, tanking doesn't add that final fifth wave that we've been talking about, the Bitcoin finally, after 173 days come the 27th of this month, cherry blossom season from the all-time highs. And again, that's tied to our Chuck Norris decode, Texas Rangers, right? 173K being tied to the Yellow Brick Road, the Wheel of Fortune, the Knights Templar, and the first bankers that we were decoding not too long ago. The Rothschilds and stuff. But anyways, very powerful time period, the 86th day of the year. From the day leaving, 86 days left in the year. What do we see? An 86K between now and then. Start a cherry blossom season that runs into April 10th. So, very unique.
Yeah, and silver something you can put it out and options and
Do what?
and you won't.
Say it one more time.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, brother.
I was just saying, silver is one of those that if you wanted to trade options, you could easily trade options in America, at least. You know, on whether I don't know what it is, but I think you could do it on Webull or Robinhood or something like that, and put in a quarterly options or whatever. And then if it goes to 130 in 4 months, great. You could do a 1 month option, you know, and play it month by month through the summer. And, you know, if it goes to 130, you know, I don't know what the options bring home, but I know there's more money in the traditional market. So I would imagine it'd almost be like playing with 100X just because of how many people got their eggs in that basket, you know?
Right. Yeah, I especially know the part where you say how many people got their eggs in that basket, because again, that's running on emotions, and you know, you can, as an experienced pioneer, can trade that a lot better than just the options and the puts itself. You know, being as experienced and you know, using the code, using the astrology, and doing the work that I know you've been doing. You can play off other people's emotions. So I like that you're using that, you're seeing that, you know.
I need to get in the traditional markets because they move so much cleaner than crypto. So if I want to capitalize, I need to get into something that is like, you don't see triple tops in fucking traditional markets. You don't see 3 pullbacks in the golden pocket. You know what I mean? It hits the golden pocket and it goes. There ain't no, and then it gaps. It gaps overnight because there's no derivatives. You know, there's no futures. So you don't get to trade it overnight. You better just be in the right boat. And that's what makes me want to go to like 4 month options or like biweekly contracts or whatever, or weekly day expiry options, because like I'm saying, there's more money in it. So if I did a daily expiry option, like could I make like multiple bands off of that just one position, or would I have to hold it for a week like crypto? Would I need Bitcoin to go to 70? Would I need Bitcoin to go to 88K and silver could go to $80 and I would make the same amount of money? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm seeing. And I think that's the move, but I just haven't done options and I just don't want to pay that learning curve. to like pay fees or whatever the fuck the learning curve is for trying to figure it out. Because it needs to be easier than that, but I just need to do it little by little. But whether it's Playboy, Silver, or whatever the fuck, like you don't lose on the options; they stay open. It's just your buyout. Nobody wants to buy your contracts when you're upside down. So until somebody wants to buy your or buy your sell, nobody's gonna do that. So like it frays 100% on what you're talking about, the emotions of the buyer or the seller in that position.
Yeah, and they don't want to buy them until they're forced to buy them in situations that we see where they're forced to buy back contracts.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then well, usually that shit rolls downhill. But yeah, it's unique. You know what I'm saying? I just always stayed away from that area. I know a great girl and friend that I grew up and went to school with. She does that. She that's how she provides for her child. Still Facebook friends to this day and stuff. Shout out Stacy if you ever still watch my videos and stuff. But yeah, I just always stayed away from the options and puts, man. I looked into it again in 2020. Made a few plays on some GME, GameStop when I was seeing the emotions around the Roaring Kitty and Keith Gill going on. So, like I said, I still hold some GME to this day. It's through my aunt who's an investment banker, and y'all have been here for years and, heard me buying it, things like that at times. So yeah, I still hold that with her. The Ameriprise, I believe. But yeah, is what it is. But yeah, y'all know me, long-term hold. If it's a true short squeeze, then you're looking at potential financial infinity. And as holders, you determine the price. And, I'll sell mine at, I don't know, $2 million.
I like that.
So, yeah.
And that's what I see Playboy as, because Playboy was not bullish in the last bull run. And when I showed somebody that, they were like, that's not a good sign. But when you look at when you really look into it, Playboy was buying back their own shares that whole time. So it's not that they weren't like, giving dividends and giving packages to people to buy their shares, you know what I mean, and buy up all their like MicroStrategy did, like those people could back out. Like I feel like those people could back out. But when you buy your own shares as a company, it is taught that you eventually, like you're saying, you are the diamond hands of your own company. So as long as you're in a pivotal market and you're not in a very volatile speculative market, then you will thrive if you buy your own shares back, and
Right.
and that's what MicroStrategy tries to say that they do, and then they offer a million more shares, and that's a bad sign for a company. Is you keep offering more shares, and it's like, well, what do you need the money for? Like, are you not set up, or what are we doing? Are we still investing, or what are we doing?
Right. Yeah, and I get that too. But like, I see where Playboy could move into the Jupiterian and Aquarian digital age, right? With the bots and sex bots potentially. And I know this may be getting erotic for some people, but it is what it is. Moving through Valentine's Day and all this 14 code we've been talking now, tied to Osiris. But yeah. Anyways. Think about that, the digital Aquarian dystopian type of porn age, moving from, well, just magazines to, well, then videos and DVDs, and then, well, now what is it going to look like moving forward? So investing in Playboy when it's in a massive short squeeze like it's apparently in right now, you know what I'm saying? Roy Moore has been screaming at the top of his lungs like he's Roaring Kitty and Keith Gill, and I totally agree, you know what I'm saying? Like, gamble, you know what I'm saying? It's a gamble, but it could be one that pays off moving into the new age, right? So, like, I hear what you're saying, and then that's something to think about with the eyes of the elite, and, you know, from an esoteric, you know, mindset as a coach, as somebody that's sitting here listening to you explore this opportunity that I'm pretty sure you've probably already thought about some of them things with the mindset you've been developing, you know. So, shout out and kudos to you, my guy. Touche.
So I was just reading yours in the Jupiter thing, like just reading your little excerpt on it, just put it in the frame for me.
Right.
I was like, okay, it's happening, you know, and I didn't think about it like that, but immediately when I seen what you were saying, I was like, oh, and then it clicked the harmonic chart, the pattern, and I'm like, I got to start looking into that because I know it's about to play out, and
right.
I
Facts.
don't know if it's going to be liquidity moves with the water signs, but Jupiterian is supposed to be wealth and abundance, you know, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Jupiter, Venus, they're very, very positive aspects for the market, and that's why we were talking about on the 8th of March this year, and in classes the last few weeks, we were talking about this Saturn Neptune conjunction that happened on February 20th when our lives changed. It was the recent high that we saw back in February. Prior to that time period was a month ago from where we are now, and we haven't even back tested those highs. So we may tomorrow or over the 22nd. We need to pay attention to the 27th and cherry blossom season starting. Are we retesting this 64K time trend line? You know, one last time, things like that. But what I'm seeing is that the 8th was the day I was talking about. Okay, March, Venus joining that Saturn-Neptune conjunction that we saw on February 20th, right? And the 8th was roughly where we got our most recent lows. And we're setting higher lows as of now, showing signs of absorption, getting ready on the 2-hour to break the 223, 322 EMAs. We came back, broke with the 223 above the blue 322 EMA right here. You know what I'm saying? The 21 got extremely high, has came back to retest it, so we may trend down some if that 21 doesn't continue to break back and we see this 50 SMA right here at 71,700, that critical range that I've been teaching you guys about, 71.1 to 71.7, a $600 range tied to that 6 code, the 60K lows, the 66,600K range that we've got to hold, that we hit on the 8th when that Venus Saturn Neptune trine and conjunction hit, and well, we saw that positive energy that Venus brings, just like Jupiter brings to the market, as we got ready to enter spring. And now here we are, you know, entering that change, and let's see what happens if we don't, well, spring from these lows that we've been setting for. Well, if we were to again go back to the 2/5 date, World Monarch Day, and come to today, to March 20th, we see it's a 43-day time period tied to that 43 code we've been on, which is the 14th prime number. Sam Darnold won, number 14 won the Super Bowl, the 60th Super Bowl. We hit 60K lows, right? Like, think about this, you guys. Think about this. Do we go from this 60K after 43 days of sideways back past this range? It's very critical. I mean, 322 approaching, the 21st, 22nd microstructure reset. You've got cherry blossom season starting on the 27th. Like, Oh, April Fool's Day. Did ya do it again, coach? Bang! It was never the fucking eclipses. Blood moon eclipse. Banger. Fucking Central, man. The Daily Kennel Closed News, man. John Michael Shook, remember that name. Let's go, man. Making history. Let's go. Man, just having a blast, man. Blessed to be here. I appreciate you guys and love you all. Oz taking and treating my home like his home and me like his brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Pioneer's a family too. We said that. You know what I'm saying? And it's the love and that we share. So yeah, just went direct. Yes. And you have Mercury's greatest elongation next month on the 3rd, 4th. So again, Easter time period, starting February 19th. Greatest Eastern. No, this can't be right. I thought it was April. I'll have to look into this and find the source I was looking and reading. But my date was right after the April 3rd moon that I was seeing this. Mercury, the god of financial gain. So again, I was talking about, why can't Mercury retrograde be bullish? You know what I'm saying? Like, look at all the other astrology I've broken down. Besides the blood moons and Mercury retrogrades. Like, you know what I'm saying? Financial astrology, man. These guys that developed this market off of it, man, they really saw this for the true alchemy and artistry that it was, and I'm not disputing anything, but you listen to these analysts and they downgrade pattern drawing and well, it seems to play out. You know what I'm saying? And every time I do it, I don't know. I have no college degree, no high school degree. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a pioneer like you and me and everyone else in between. And but I made history off of pattern drawing. And well, they downgrade Elliott Wave pattern theory and talk about, well, if they ever decide to do it, they'll probably study it and do it well. Well, anyway, I don't know. Things like that. And it just makes you wonder, like, why? Take advantage of these things. Pay attention to the tools that I'm using and I'm teaching, because I've developed them. 322, 223 EMAs. And a lot of it's mathematical. Falling wedge, 6 to 8% chance it breaks out to the upside. 68's higher than 32. You know what I'm saying? You ride with a higher chance. 9 out of 10 times you might fail, but one time could win and win big. But y'all know, spot buy, long-term hold for me. Long-term wealth, that's how you build it. Short-term gains, you trade. So, but yeah. Anyway, sorry. Getting ready to slowly start winding this down, just so y'all know. Gonna spend some more time with Oz before he probably gets back on the road or whatever tonight, we'll see how it takes place. But too many more moving pieces to it, I just I ask the sun how it's doing every day, bro, for many years now. The moon too, every night. Ain't neither one of them answered me back. Okay? Do I still speak to them? Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And these other aspects of the astrology as well. I'll drive all around sometimes, depending on where I'm living in the world, and, look for these certain constellations. But yeah, and try and speak to them as well, but don't none of them speak back. So there's so much more to it. You're right, and it's about understanding that we are them, they are us, and remembering, and then riding with that. It's the intuari that to know, right? That gnosis. But yeah, we've been on here an hour and 40 minutes, so like I said, we'll just get ready to slowly wind it down, man, and look back on this time period hopefully soon and know that we made history together. Me, you, Oz, right here, my cats and my dogs and my son too, and the whole crew. And we'll see what happened, man. Cherry blossom season in 7 days. Can you believe it, you guys? 166 hours in a week, and we're a week away. We get to hold class, you guys, on the 27th, Friday night next week. Hey, who wants to come see me next week? I'll be, hey, man, we can hold class with you too, though. Let's start a trend. But come be my friend. Pioneers, let's do this. And, where are we at in the markets? Last year on cherry blossom season in the markets, season 1. No, I'm kidding. That was like season 4 or 5 last year. We've been teaching this for years. But we saw the lows right here on April 6th, April 7th, and all the way on April 10th and 9th. We saw the last of the lows as we were exiting cherry blossom season on April 10th. Pay attention to where you are in the world. This could have a different effect on you during the time periods, but the markets will typically run on the same standard, traditional, almost set season, but it could be revolving. You need to pay attention to it every year. Okay? But where are we at this year at this same time period of the typical standard cherry blossom season that we saw last year? Okay? The one that AI is telling us this year starts on the 27th and ends on the 10th. Again, depending on where you are, northern, southern, eastern, western hemispheres, etc., etc. But this is a critical time period. If you see any lows, you need to plant yourself. Be cool, calm, collective. Take advantage, like Coach Abe will be doing, not financial advice, of course. I'm just saying, like, this is what I'm going to be doing, documenting my journey. This is for me to listen to in the morning when I'm at work again. It's a 7-day work week again, working 2 jobs, y'all know it. Might hang out with Oz in between, if he's willing. But, anyways, plant yourself, man. And pat yourself on the back and say it's going to be okay. One day, we will play again. But if we see highs, de-risk as well. Pat yourself on the back. If we finally see a violent surge of liquidity and volume come in this market to give us that butterfly effect from World Monarch Day and the lows that we've been talking about 43 days ago. 47 days coming up, right? So again, if we go from World Monarch Day under President number 47 on February 5th, and we go all the way out 47 days, that takes us all the way to March 25th. Okay? So right in between 322 and 327, that Skull and Bones date and cherry blossom season. So window of energy, astrology wise, numerically wise, scripted events of losing Chuck Norris. 86 Chuck Norris bangers. Okay, tied to potential rituals of Donald Trump as we exited the Ides of March and enter assassination season of April, where we saw President Lincoln assassinated. Pay attention to April 15th. Like so many dates to talk about in April 15th during the middle of cherry blossom season. Okay, so we got it labeled pink and colored pink for potential blood ritual and assassination ritual during assassination season and the pink moon, okay, of the Farmer's Almanac that we teach about. So don't, again, pay attention to any rally we see between now and then, because it could be a fool's rally, a false rally, if we can't break certain market structure levels. I'm not here to be a perma bull. I'm not here to be a perma bear. I'm here to teach a fucking pioneer how to trade and how to live and how to survive in this world and in this market and in this chaos. So let's strive, let's thrive, let's do it together. I love you all. Good night. Let's do it. Pioneers rise. Build your fortress, build your legacy. We getting ready to end the video and end class tonight. I'm gonna hang out with the pioneers, but the recording ends now.